everyone. Dipali Ingle welcomes you on behalf of Saraswat International Academy, Rata Vapi. In this first video, we are going to learn poem from class 12th English, My Mother at 66. Let's learn about the poet. Kamala Das, popularly known by her time pen name Madhvi Kutti and married name Kamala Das, was an Indian English poet as well as a leading Malayalam author from Kerala, India. This poem, My Mother at 66, this poem is very special because it talks about aging and the fear of loss and separation. So, if you look at the poem itself, it's written in a very special way. It is like a one sentence pattern. The whole poem is written in one single sentence, and you can see various ideas woven into it. So, let's look at what Kamala Das is trying to say. As I told you, the central theme of the poem is aging and fear of loss and separation. And what is aging? Aging is a natural process when one gets old. So, as you grow old, you lose your strength, you lose your vitality, and there is ultimately the fear of death. So, here in this poem, also, Kamala Das is thinking about her mother. She is with her mother, and at the same time, she is just worried about her old mother. And she has her own fears also. So let's look at the poem and recite it. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doors mouthed, her face ashen like that, of, of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked but soon. Put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards, I looked again at her wan pale as a late winter's moon and felt that old, familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. So here, doze. What is the meaning of doze? Doze means sleeping. And corpse. What is the meaning of corpse here? Corpse means dead body. Here, sprinting. Sprinting means running. And spilling means also running. And one. What is the meaning of one? One means colorless, pale. And what is the meaning of ache? Ache means pain. So it was, let's look detail in the poem. So it was a Friday morning and she met her parents and she's going back to her place. She and her mother was traveling in a car. She was driving the car and her mother was sitting beside her. As she was driving, she looks at her mother. And how was the mother? She was dozing. What is dozing here? Dozing means sleeping. And her mouth was slightly open. And how did her face look like? Her face was looking just like a corpse and ashen in color. What is ashen here? Color of ash. And what is ash? Do you know that? The leftover of fire or something. Leftover of fire or something. It is in grey in color and lifeless. So she says that her mother's face was also like an ashen, that of a corpse. And what is corpse here? Like it's a dead body. Why was that look on her face, her mother's face? Because mother was getting very old. She had lost all her beauty and vitality. So she is looking just like a corpse. When she looked at her mother, she realized something. What did she realize? Her mother was really very old, and that thought was very painful for her. She could not thought her mother becoming very old. She did not want to move away from her mother. She was very attached to, the poet was very attached to her mother. She, uh, but she did not want to continue the thought that her mother is becoming very old. She wanted to forget, remove that thought from her mind. In order to forget that thought, what did she do? She looked out of the car, and when she looked out of the car, what did she see? She see trees are sprinting, children are spilling there, and she saw some trees sprinting. What did she means by trees sprinting? Sprinting means running. So a car is moving or a vehicle, vehicles are moving, or when you rush fast, you feel that the trees are also running of the opposite direction. She could also see happy children uh, playing, so happy children coming out of their homes and playing. Here, uh, a contrast between what is inside the car and what is outside. So, inside, what we can see, the car, inside the car, beside her is an old lady who is very dull, having a pale face, and who has lost all kind of beauty. But what about outside? Outside, how was the environment? It's very young, energetic. You can see the vitality, color, and youth outside. In order to put her thoughts, she saw outside. She saw young trees sprinting and children playing. But after the airport security check, she goes inside while her mother is just standing outside just to say her goodbye. She wanted to have a look at once to her mother. Her mother was looking wan. Here, wan means very, what is wan? Looking very pale. That means dull. She was looking as a late winter's moon. What is late winter's moon here? Late winter's moon means the end of the season. She was looking as a late winter's moon. First time she has compared her mother to a ashen corpse. The second time she's comparing her mother to the late winter's moon. And what is this late winter's moon? It usually signifies the end of a season. So here the mother is also in her final stages and her face has lost all the brightness. So that's why she is comparing her mother to the late winter's moon. When she looked at her mother, she felt her mother like the winter's moon and she felt that old familiar ache. Ache here, ache means pain. What is, she felt that old familiar ache. What is old familiar ache? Familiar means knowing, and ache means pain. She has some kind of childhood fear in her. What is that childhood fear? She always had a fear that she would lose her mother one day. And now the time has come. Her mother is really looking very old, and she cannot say how many more days the mother would be with her. So, in order to keep the hope, she does not want to show her emotions to her mother. So, she just looks at her mother. She has all the fear inside, but she does not want to show the fear. She just says, "See you soon, Amma." She just says, what she said? "See you soon." She says, "See you soon, Amma." And she is trying to instill some hope in her mother and hope in herself as well. So nothing is going to happen. They will be meeting soon. So she is trying to put hope in both of them. She just smiles to her mother in order to cover up the emotions that she was undergoing. She had a smile and went back home. So she said to her mother, "See you soon, Amma." Means she wants to keep the faith in both, with both of them. Now look at the poetic devices used in the poem. First is simile. What are the examples of simile? Here, face ashen like that of a corpse, wan pale as a late winter's moon. She has compared her mother two times, first as a corpse and second time with a late winter's moon. Second is personification or as well as imagery. Trees sprinting. The trees are supposed to be running, so that's why it is called as personification and also as imagery. Because as soon as you read these words, you can see the image in your mind. So they can be both personification as well as imagery. The next one is repetition. Smile and smile and smile because the word smile is repeated in this line. Thank you, students. With this, we have completed our poem. Refer the PDF for question answers, summary for paraphrasing, and figures of speech. Thank you so much.